For 7 decades, Bharat Herald wasn't just a newspaper. It was a cultural moment. The thud of the paper at the doorstep. The ritual of tea with headlines. But between 2019 and 2024, that ritual began to disappear. Our net circulation fell by 25%. From nearly 40 million copies in 2019 to just under 30 million in 2024. The decline wasn't gradual. It accelerated during the pandemic. In January 2021, circulation suffered its steepest single-month fall. The day mobile apps and social media began to permanently replace print. This wasn't just a dip. It was a reset of consumer behavior. Even as circulation dropped, we kept printing at scale. And that meant waste. In absolute numbers, Jaipur and Varanasi looked wasteful in 2024. Each returned about 234,000 copies in 2024. But they also led in net circulation. The real story came from return rate percentage. Delhi had the highest waste ratio at 6.5%. Bhopal followed at 5.7%. On the other end, some cities managed efficiency. Ranchi at 4.9%, Ahmedabad at 5.2%. And lastly, Patna at 5.3%. These gaps told us where the print machine was bleeding resources and where it was still relatively efficient. When readers leave, advertisers follow. Between 2019 and 2024, our ad revenue showed a clear split. Real estate ad revenue grew from 88 million to 114 million. Automobile ad revenue also grew from 63 million to 90 million. Whereas government ad revenue went down from 131 million to 109 million. FMCG ad revenue collapsed from 86 million to just 62 million. At the city level, the shift was even more revealing. Patna consistently led in ad revenue across both 2019 and 2024, whereas Delhi slid to the bottom by 2024. This shows where advertiser trust held firm and where it collapsed. To frame our strategy, we studied India's leading players, the Times of India, the Hindu, the Indian Express, Mint, the Economic Times, and lastly, in Shorts. Each one took a different approach, but they all had lessons to offer. The Times of India reached over 100 million monthly users. It launched TOI Plus, now with over 120,000 subscribers. A freemium model. Most content remains free. Users pay for premium news content. They can unlock stories for 30 rupees each. On top of it, bundled subscriptions via Times Prime, sweeten the deal, delivery is mobile first, with apps, alerts, and WhatsApp bulletins. The Hindu, on the other hand, focused on retention. Less than 50% of its digital revenue now comes from ads. It uses a selective paywall. Only around 5% of articles are locked. But their premium, explainers, opinions, and in-depth journalism. Subscribers read 10 times more than non-subscribers. The Indian Express implemented a hybrid paywall in 2020. It targets readers with high-interest niches like UPSC preparations. Events and podcasts boost retention. Whereas Mint went premium from the start. Hard paywall. Exclusive access to Wall Street Journal and The Economist. The Economic Times combines mass scale and premium. Subscribers get ad-free reading, e-paper access, and member-only webinars. Lastly, In Shorts took the opposite path. No paywalls, no subscriptions, just short 60-word summaries. It now has over 12 million users. The takeaway? There's no one model, but the successful ones follow a pattern. Hybrid monetization, mobile-first formats, loyalty perks, and event access, and targeted niches that deliver value. By contrast, Bharat Herald had reach and readiness, but we struggled with retention and execution. Our own data proves it. In 2021, Kanpur had the highest digital readiness score, yet it ranked among the lowest in engagement. This shows us one thing. The audience wasn't the problem. The product was, and the reason becomes clearer when we follow the money. Across cities, 70 to 75% of our budget went into building products. Only 25 to 30% went into marketing. That imbalance suffocated adoption. Take Ahmedabad. Engagement was strong. 50% on the app. 47.8% on WhatsApp. But too much was spent on development. And too little on visibility. And it wasn't just Ahmedabad. The same pattern repeated across the board. We built products. We didn't market them as required. While numbers told us one side of the story, feedback told the rest. From our digital pilots, the message was clear. The site was slow. Phones were too small. Zooming didn't help. Users dropped off. But interest in WhatsApp? Very high. The product was the friction. Not the interest. Still, not everything pointed downward. In 2024, Lucknow delivered the highest ROI. Best ad revenue per net circulated copy. On the other hand, Varanasi, despite high scale, delivered weak returns. So where do we restart? Our analysis points to 3 cities: Kanpur, Patna, and Ahmedabad. Kanpur had readiness, but low engagement. The audience was waiting. We just didn't deliver right. Patna held advertiser trust. Even with low circulation, spending stayed strong. Our digital relaunch protects that trust. Ahmedabad had results. Strong engagement. Mid-high readiness. A proven success story. Together, they offer a strategy to repair, protect, and grow. Based on our findings and competitor insights, we suggest a 3-phase roadmap for Bharat Herald for its digital relaunch. Phase 1. We try to rebuild trust in the first 12 months. We launch WhatsApp bulletins and we give free app access to our print subscribers as a reward of customer loyalty. We keep the news ad-supported and free. Our focus will be on gaining market share in Phase 1. Phase 2. The goal of Phase 2 will be to drive engagement over the next 12 to 24 months. We will introduce freemium subscriptions, free for headlines and bulletins, paid for explainers, archives, and ad-free reading. Add loyalty perks, webinars, community newsletters, and subscriber-only events. Lastly, we will rebalance our budget. We will shift our spending from product development to marketing in Phase 2. Phase 3? Phase 3 will focus on monetizing and scaling beyond 24 months. Offering bundles, increasing print circulation, building a user-friendly app, and introducing partner benefits. Phase 3 is where we will start collaborating with local influencers and journalists to build trust. This roadmap isn't just about weathering the decline. It's about repositioning Bharat Herald from declining to digital first. Advertiser friendly. Audience loved. And we already have something that most platforms spend decades chasing. Trust. 70 years of it. That trust doesn't disappear when print numbers fall. It evolves. But if we meet readers where they already are, not at their doorsteps, but in their WhatsApp feeds, on their phones. Inside experiences worth paying for. The thud of the newspaper may have faded, but Bharat Herald can still make noise. Loud enough to be heard and trusted enough to be followed.